Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck. I am excited to bring to you another review. Today, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking a look at, from the new Simplified Deluxe line, this is Smokescreen. Smokescreen is a upsizing of the Prime Beast Hunters Legends class figure, which, if you remember, was a fantastic figure. Nice, intricate transformation, not as articulated as Prime Cyberverse Legion Cliff Jumper, but a fun figure nonetheless. Um, Unlike Bumblebee, I do feel that all of his paint detail has been retained. You see the highlights here for the lights, the blue, the black, and you can come along the back here. You see the windshield and the parts of the rear on the arms. I mean, like I said, this is an upsizing. Now, the only difference is the ball joints have been replaced with universal joints, which I think are fantastic. And one thing I really think is great is that there are pressure locks here in the feet, which I'll get into in transformation, that help hold the feet in place. Another change I'm a little less excited about is he doesn't come with the chain bolter gun, which was that chainsaw cannon, but not one, but two axes. And as you can see, each axe has its own unique mold, and I think that's really cool. From photos, I thought these were going to be those pressure launcher missiles that the Cyberverse bulkhead came with. Remember, they were like a cannon, but with an axe. Unfortunately, there are no pegs on the side of his arms or anywhere else so that the smokescreen could hold it as a weapon. The pegs on the side of the axes, which are really for vehicle mode, aren't deep enough that, well, you can sort of do something like that. I guess they are sort of deep enough, and I was having a hard time before. It works on camera. Nice. But you know what? On this one, it doesn't. Let me, real time. Let's do this. Yeah. Well, no, that one, you can have him hold it like a blaster. I would have liked to have seen the pegs on the arms, but again, those weren't on the original mold, and the only changes were for the universal joint system, which, as you've seen, instead of a ball joint, you just had the same range of movement, just done differently. So you had that forward and back swivel and lateral swivel and rotation. No neck, no waist, no knees, but you do have the hips. And you can move the feet, but again, like I said, there's that friction joint now that is great at holding things in place. So let's get into the transformation. Much like Bumblebee, the transformation for Smokescreen is touted as a selling point on the package. 5 steps. Again, I have an issue with this as I feel they're combining steps into one that need to be done separately. With that said, this is still a very simple transformation, and it's exactly like the Legion class figure. Starting us off, you want to go ahead and extend the arms out to the side. I do believe this isn't the exact order it is in the instructions, but this is what I'm doing. And then go ahead, swing back the doors, because again, you have that great bit where the little peg here pegs into the wheel well. It's fantastic. Detach that whole arm shoulder section from underneath the door. Make sure when you take the figure out of the packaging that you snap it in place. Bring it around and just rotate the arm all the way around so it's up like this. Doing it again on this side, just bring the door back, swing it around, swing it the shoulder around, and then swing the arms up. Next, what you can go ahead and do is bring the windshield up over the head to form the rest of the hood and screen. And let me adjust the camera. Then what you want to go ahead, just bring the front end down, just like that. What's interesting is the front will be really the shoulder covers or the part of that chest that is on a soft ratchet joint, but it also has the pegs to hook into the windshield. And the ratchets don't exactly line up, but so you'll have to. Oh, here, let me just show you. Um, right there where my finger is the peg, and the ratchet right here doesn't go all the way. So you just have to fiddle around with it, bring the windshield down, and it will fit in. I mean, it is meant to go into the windshield, so you don't have to worry about, stressing or parts breaking. At least on mine. I mean, if you have one with poor QC, then yeah, maybe. Next, what you're going to do is just go ahead, bring the doors closed, and then the arms up. Now, I do notice they do not peg together as nicely as they did on the original Legion figure, but don't worry, once you swing the legs around, everything will stay in place. So you just got it there for now. Coming down to the feet, you do have to give a good push to the feet to bring them in, just like that. And then detaching it from the waist, rotating the whole thing around, and then go ahead, peg the legs together, and then peg everything in. The doors, peg into the sides here. I'll show you on that end. And then everything just comes together. And you have Smokescreen in its vehicle mode. And I do think that really is nice. Make sure everything's tight. And there you go. Solid as a rock. Car does roll like the original figure did, and I'm going to say it right now, I think this is a heck of a lot of an easier transformation than the standard Beast Hunters Deluxe Smokescreen, and I think it makes it a better version of the figure. I went ahead and pegged Smokescreen's axes into the side here. There's also a hole at the top of the roof to go ahead and, if you want to do that, when attaching the axes, make sure that the smaller ends are facing down so it doesn't touch the ground and interfere with the rolling of the wheels. You can also, of course, do... Oh no, you can't. I thought you can do crazy driver mode, but darn it. Oh well. Unfortunately, you'll just have to deal with the two axes facing up like that and shooting as blasters. That would have been kind of cool if you could just have like the axe blades facing out. One thing I forgot to mention with Bumblebee, and it might be just because I got these from Hong Kong, but the figures weren't secured in the packaging using the traditional twist ties or those new recycled twine ties that they do. But it was actually using the plastic ties, the clips that you usually find on clothing that hold the care instructions and the price. So I had to bust out a pair of nail clippers to snip those off and free the figure. I do hope going forward Hasbro isn't using that here in America, because that could be a problem to get the figures out of packaging. Like I said, I like this version of Smokescreen. I do like this figure over Bumblebee, but then again, I like the Legion Smokescreen over the Legion Bumblebee, so that makes perfect sense. I do wish it did come with the chain bolter instead of the axes, but what are you going to do? Again, I can recommend this if you have a young child at home, or even if you're an adult collector and just need a simple desk toy to keep your hands busy while you're doing something. This makes this perfect. It's a lot easier to transform than the regular Deluxe, and I hope we see this particular mold repainted into Prowl, Blue Streak, and maybe the other versions of Smokescreen that were released in his alternators and G1 colors and all that stuff. But yeah, this is fun. Your old pal Chuck for Smokescreen. We'll see you next time.